I'm trying to follow the terms of my probation as best as I can, and he just doesn't want to have it.
Besides that, that's the only other stuff that you tried talking to him? Have you tried anything else?
I mean, I've been trying to, focus more on like my schoolwork and stuff like that.
Okay.
I've been trying to stay away from home as much as possible. I mean, I'm involved in the activities I'm allowed to, but in terms of athletics, that's a no anymore.
Okay. So you're kind of just leaving that behind now, in a sense.
Well, I'm trying to figure out how I can get back on the swim team. Because I was reading the student handbook and it said that if a student is on probation, is under arrest, or no longer on the swim team, but they can petition with the coach and the coach can kind of advocate for the student athlete, provided the student is completing terms of their probation and does not does not commit a second offense.
So that's one thing that you want to work on, right? You want to try to get yourself back on the swim team using some of the stuff that you researched.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me also about your classes. Like, how are you doing your classes?
My classes are fine. I'm only going because the terms of my probation mandate that I go in my classes. But I know that in order to get off, he completes probation successfully, I have to go to classes. In order to get out of my house, it would probably help if I went to college.
And who are you currently living with? I remember last time you told me you were living with your mom. Is that correct?
Yeah.
How is that going? You mentioned still that your mom still drinks. In this past week, has there been any changes between you and your relationship with your mom?
No, she still is a drunk.
Okay. If there was something that, if you would wake up the next day and, you wouldn't have to be having trouble with your mom or, all the problems that you've been having right now, if everything would be solved, how would it look like?
My dad would be in the picture. My mom would not drink. I would be back on the swim team again. I would get a scholarship to a school for swim. I'd be able to go to college and major in engineering.
So it seems like you have a lot of goals, a lot of stuff that would be different, if the miracle would have happened.
Yeah.
Well, how about for yourself? Like, how would you feel noticing all of these changes?
Honestly, my life would be a lot better. I'd be a lot happier.
How about with the relationships with your parents? How would you see your parents? Like, how would they feel?
I think they'd be really proud of me if, they saw me complete the term of my probation, if they saw me go to college, etc.
And, so it seems that, if things were different, your relationship with your parents, like you said, it would be much more better, right? Would there be more open communication with them? There would be more understanding. What else would you see if your life was different?
Well, my mom would be present, my dad would be present. So we'd be like an actual family and stuff. Like they actually know what's going on with me in my life.
And in regards to I know that you're right now going through these classes because of the probation and trying to complete the program. What else would you notice about if that was solved as well? Like what changes would you see in that?
I won't be on probation anymore, which would be nice. So I don't have to explain myself to people. I won't have to explain myself to employers. When I apply for college, I will have to put that on my application. Life would just be a lot easier. I don't have to check it with my PO officer.
Okay. So yeah, like you said, a lot of things would be different.
Yeah, I would get a lot more freedom.
And right now, talking to me, how are you feeling now that we've discussed about if a miracle would have happened? How do you feel about that?
It's nice to think about, you know.
So what would it take? What would it take for you to get to point A to point B to try to make those happen?
Well, some of the things by miracle I don't think I could realistically achieve, but there are some things that I think I can accomplish. For example, probably completing the terms of my probation. I think if I do really, really well in school, you know, I can have something to prove to my swim coach that I've been trying, so that maybe I can get back on the team again. Maybe if I can establish really good connections with my academic professors, you know, especially the ones in which I've missed most classes with, they might be able to write me a good recommendation for college.
So those are some goals of you that you would want to work on right now, right?
Yeah.
And how long is the program of your probation? How long is that gonna last?
I am on probation until I'm 21.
Okay. And it's gonna be a short while, so it's gonna take, I mean, you might seem like it might take time, but you trying to get to the goals that you wanna do, time will fly by really fast.
I hope so. It'll be nice.
And now talking about this as well, how confident do you feel? So from like a scale of 0 to 10, where 0 you don't feel as much confident trying to complete these goals, to 10 that you feel very, very confident, where do you rank yourself right now?
It depends on the day. Today was a good day, so I'd probably give myself a 7.
Okay. What happened today? Tell me some stuff that happened today.
Well, I heard from one of my teammates that the coach had talked about possibly having a conversation with me and seeing if he can try to put me back on the team. You know, this is a conversation he had with the elementary school swim coach. And so that was a huge one. I got A on a project. My mom wasn't drunk today.
Nice. So there's a lot of good things that happened to you today.
Yeah.
A lot of things that keep you hopeful, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. How else did you feel about today? Ooh, excuse me. Yeah. So how else did you feel about today? Like, what else happened? Anything positive? Anything changes comparing to how we were talking about last week?
Well, yeah, like, you know, like I heard like really good news from my teammate. I got an A on that project. My mom was actually present and she was able to ask me about how my day was going. She was actually able to cook breakfast for me. So I was in a much better mood. I found myself more motivated once I saw these positive things.
Nice. I'm really glad that you're telling me all of this. You know, it shows a difference from our first session and what we talked about, and then now a week later, that there has been some changes in you and around you as well.
Yeah, I guess I'm trying more.
You're trying more. That's good. And I'm glad that you want to try to do that. What can you work on to make those days keep going, to make those kind of good days keep going in your life?
I think if I just try harder and show my teachers, show my swim coach that I am making an effort and just not giving up, I can get to a better spot. You know, if I just keep trying instead of quitting, that might help.
Okay. What's one goal that you want to focus on for this next week, before our next session? What's one goal you want to focus on?
Report cards come out next week.
Okay.
So if I get at least a B+ on my English assignment, I will have straight A's. So first I want to do really well on that project. And then my plan is, once grades come out, bringing a copy of my grades to my swim coach so that it might make him more likely to sit down and actually have a conversation with me about me getting back on the swim team.
Okay, nice. I like that goal. That sounds like a really good goal that for you to focus on within the next week.
Yeah.
Any future goals that you have in mind in relation to what we're talking about today with your probation?
My probation will just complete the terms, I guess, staying out of trouble, making sure, just to finish this.
Mm-hmm.